Episode 2 has already been announced. Let's talk about it in this video. Let's go! Every day we get more and more indirect information about the release and events of the new episode of the Digital Circus. The Glitch Twitter account had a strange leak related to Pomni. The caption of the post is the most important aspect of this situation, as it mentions someone hurting our favorite fool. Moving on to the photo, the Romney pose is immediately noticeable, which was popular among the young population a few years ago. On one hand, it may seem that in this pose, Pomni is apologizing for something and to someone. It is possible that she is standing in fear. One scene depicts a fight between Pomni and another character, causing Kane to become defensive and rude towards Pomni. This behavior only worsens the situation. Pomni appears sad and despondent in the leaked scene, indicating that the situation may be unfair to him. This leaked scene may be a main scene in the new episode. It shows the injustice and horror of the digital circus. After this scene, Pomni begins to lose her mind. And yes, in this video, I hid Jax's photo somewhere, and whoever finds it will be in the next video. The Gooseworks account has several animations of the digital circus, but here there are multiple animations playing simultaneously. The purposeful use of Gooseworks and the amazing digital circus draws attention to their blog and the overall success of the digital circus project. This is not meant to offend the author, but rather to emphasize the project's success. The main messenger of the new episode will be discussed next. Yesterday, the Glitch team posted that their merch website had been updated. The text has been improved based on the given characteristics. The original text has been edited to ensure that it meets the desired writing style. The improved text reads as follows. There are even some Easter eggs hidden inside. I'll tell you what they've hidden at the end, but I don't think you'll be surprised. This is about something else entirely. What do you think helped projects like Digital Circus or Poppy Playtime reach the top of the Olympus? Besides a well-thought-out plot and an interesting idea, strangely enough, it is the various attributes associated with the game or show. Remember how, at the beginning of the pilot episode, we were also encouraged to buy Digital Circus? Thus, the popularity of this show has spread among all segments of the population. What if the update of this site was intentional? It may encourage viewers to visit again and potentially make a purchase, thereby increasing the popularity of Digital Circus. The tantalizing words about Easter eggs will undoubtedly attract the audience. Having gathered all the information, I can confidently say that the creators are fully prepared for the imminent release of the new season. The creators did not emphasize trailers for the show, as we only saw one before the pilot episode. Let's discuss what we will see first, and then talk about the release dates. There are only two possibilities for what the creators can show us: either the trailer for the second episode or the second episode itself. If there is a trailer for the second episode, unfortunately, the release of the episode will be delayed for a few. Even if we imagine that we will see a trailer in the next 2 weeks, I'm 99% sure that the release of the episode will take at least a month. Based on the pilot episode and its trailer, the release of the episode was 3 weeks after the trailer. It's possible that the authors may decide to release the second episode immediately without a trailer, which would be much more interesting. We're only 2 months away. In one of the posts, Gooseworks displays some territory. She captions it, "It's so over." And right after that, she adds, "I sometimes feel like my migraines are triggered by finally having free time to have fun with friends." In the first photo, we can see some territory and a very strange blur around the edges. I am 99% sure that the territory refers to the digital circus, specifically the neighborhood. The blurring around the edges is similar to the borders of a virtual reality headset. The caption about Gooseworks finally having more time also suggests a connection. I am certain that this is all related to the new episode of Digital Circus. Gooseworks has finished work on the second episode, which means that only minimal improvements are left. We will be able to enjoy the new episode very soon. I think it will be released at the end of February, as mentioned in the previous video. Additionally, an interesting post by Gooseworks caught my attention. The text showed a base for each character and mentioned that this was done intentionally. Our favorite inhabitants of the digital circus can change their clothes. Firstly, I was surprised that Kinger has no arms or legs. Secondly, there is the question of how he moves around the digital circus. It is possible that Gooseworks will release the depicted characters, but the author's tweet suggests that it may not be certain. Let's analyze the teaser to identify the characters. I noticed 4 new characters in the teaser. On the left, it is difficult to identify anyone. At first, I thought it was a ghost, but upon closer inspection, I saw a strange, long, multicolored character with a white body, green legs, and brown hands. Unfortunately, I could not see its face. Based on the description, it reminded me of an animal. The animal currently in the circus is Jax. If Jax is suddenly unavailable An obscure character can replace him. Next, we see a green character, most likely female, wearing a green dress. She has a blurry face, making it impossible to identify her. In the comments of this post, there was an interesting comparison between this character and Ratha. They do look alike. In some ways, we have found a replacement for Ragatha. If she suddenly leaves, she can be replaced by this green character. Next, we see a huge pink character, probably female, who is clearly larger than the others. We can also see her hands in pink gloves, but this is most likely a decorative element. It is unclear who she can be compared to among the current circus characters. Finally, we see a blue ball. The character is shaped like a collection of balls. It has white eyes and a blue nose. A mouth may be present, but it could be a decorative element of the floor. This is the only recognizable character in the scene. It bears a resemblance to Zubul, a toy. It is possible that this blue character is also a toy. If you recognize any famous characters from Trends cartoons or other videos in these models, please let us know. The developers will only use these models with the permission of their creators. It is possible that the authors intentionally made these characters resemble popular figures to create confusion. However, it is also possible that these characters are not real people in the amazing digital circus, but rather new enemies or NPCs created by the circus. They may be similar to the Glowing Queen. Speaking of which, as Gooseworks wrote, the Glowing Queen will be the only character to return in Episode 2. Keep in mind that any new characters introduced should be consistent with the existing storyline. Keep in mind that this may not actually be true. Why did I think about these characters possibly being new enemies? It's because this blue character, who many people associate with Huggy Wuggy, could be a really dangerous enemy. Imagine him being able to roll around on his orbs and catch anyone. However, what happens next for the character is unknown. You and I have seen only one trial related to the Glowing Queen, and those who were eaten by this queen turned into the same GLS. But they were not so dangerous after all. If you imagine this ball, the ball-shaped character could potentially cause harm. Additionally, while reading the comments on this post, I came across a photo that displayed a model of the character, which looked quite unpleasant. Furthermore, I observed that at least 2 characters in the new teaser resemble ghosts. This leads to the intriguing theory that they may be the ghosts of performers from a digital circus created by Kane. It is important to note that any changes in content have been avoided. What happened to Kaufmo? While it may seem clear, there is some confusion surrounding his absence. Cosmo was a full-fledged member of the circus, but it is unclear if he still is. The introduction of the characters in the episode included Kaufmo's name, but he seems to have disappeared. Instead of a real character, we saw a cardboard cutout with a clown picture. In this video, when I use the word clown, I am specifically referring to Kaufmo. It is not exactly known how long Kaufmo has been a resident of the circus, but many people, including myself, think that Kaufmo has been in the circus for a relatively short time. As Kinger once said, Kaufmo has been acting more and more out of character lately. Our clown has been acting strangely lately, always talking about a way out. Kaufmo, being a clown, is the backbone of the circus. It's hard to imagine a circus without a clown. Kaufmo was the star of an amazing digital circus before he disappeared. Pomni, on the other hand, is not a clown, but a jester. However, this is not a fundamental point. Perhaps every clown who joins the circus has a bit more knowledge than the other characters. This can be proven by observing the reactions of the other characters to Pomni's comments about the exit. The text flows logically and is free from grammatical errors, spelling mistakes, and punctuation errors. The vocabulary is simple and accessible to a broad audience. The content of the improved text is as close as possible to the source text, and no new aspects have been added. What do you think of all these things? Write in the comments. Thanks for watching. Good luck!